Previously on Nerds on Tap.
You know, I could never figure out if the Playboy thing was all an act. I guess after a while, it doesn't really matter. He's a vigilante! A damn criminal!
Here's the security footage from the exchange building. What did you want me to look for?
I want you to look for anything out of the ordinary.
Not being able to tell my family the truth doesn't hurt anyone more than me.
Where can I find the man in this picture?
I want you to get me fresh beer. You serious?
Welcome back to Nerds on Tap, the nerdiest podcast fueled by beer and the tears of sweet angels. My name is Chris. And I'm Jim.
I'm Joseph.
So last episode, we announced our two fearsome robot warriors for the Nerdocalypse. And they're going to be...
Gypsy Danger versus Unicron. You win.
So we got two big-ass Roadbots.
Roadhouse.
Two big-ass robots.
Have you been pre-gaming,
like...
Chris? You've been drinking before you start?
Yeah.
I fuck guys like you in prison. How is that an insult? Like, you fuck dudes in prison? Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Unicron. So we got two big robots.
So one bigger than the other.
We kind of...
One is way bigger than the other.
Yeah.
That's true.
One is planet size, the other
Right.
not planet
Has
size.
people in it.
One has people on
change.
it, one has
Yeah.
people in it.
So I guess
things.
for like the sake of the fight, we probably have to shrink Unicron down a teeny bit. Which he's appeared in some of the other Transformer cartoons as like just a little bit bigger than the normal Transformers.
But I think part of that was just because they wanted people to actually be able to buy the Unicron toys.
Yeah. Look, he can shrink down at will.
Please buy this toy. It's really bigger and a lot cheaper. That's why there was
So,
four
let's give
versions
some-
of Voltron.
Let's give some background on these two. So, I don't know a whole lot about Gypsy Danger other than I've seen Pacific Rim and I read the pre-comic book, but I don't really remember too much about it. It looks like Jim has this because his hands doing this thing.
So,
His
there's
fingers
this
in the air.
movie, Pacific Rim by Guillermo
Push
del
your
Toro.
glasses farther up your nose before you talk about it. There you
No,
go.
I already told you, I never learned how to read.
Thanks, Zach Galifianakis.
I'm glad you knew what that was from. Thank you. So Gypsy Danger in Pacific Rim, basically these giant kaiju monsters, which are, basically Pacific Rim is Guillermo del Toro's love letter to Japanese like anime and the kaiju films, which like
Gundam.
Godzilla and Mothra, all those big monsters. So in this universe, all of a sudden these kaiju start showing up and just destroying coastal towns. So this international group of basically all the coastal regions form this alliance, and they pool all of their resources they possibly can into making these giant skyscraper-sized robots to fight them, because it's better than just making a giant missile, I guess. Whatever. The reality is, robots fighting monsters is what you want to see, and that's what happens in Pacific Rim. Gypsy Danger is the one that's left after the Jaeger program. That's what they're called, is Jaegers. The Jaeger program is shut down, or is being shut down, so it's like this, in the movie, it's like a last-ditch effort to use whatever's left to get rid of the final kaiju, and Gypsy Danger ends up being the one that's left. So it's the Gypsy Danger is kind of the hero of the film, even though Cherno Alpha was way cooler and wasn't on screen enough.
Which one was the red one that had the two Japanese guys in it?
3 Japanese guys,
Three?
because they were triplets.
Oh, that's right.
And they had 3 arms. I don't remember the name of that one. I just remember.
twins from Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim.
It was pretty awesome.
I like the Russian brother and sister, and they look like a giant reactor.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
That
the
one's
father-son team that like lasted most of the movie. They were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess
the one guy is going to be in the Warcraft movie. Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess what you should add also is, I don't know if you said it, but there are 2 people in the
Yeah.
Gypsy Danger.
It has to be two. It has to be piloted by two people, and they do something called what's called the drift, where basically their minds are put together. So they're two people that have to be basically compatible, like because if you put two people that they put their minds together and it's not compatible, it's dangerous. Before it used to be one, and actually Idris Elba's character before it used to be only one, but then you could tell like he gets very real nosebleeds and he always has to take these pills, and it don't say exactly what the damage was, but obviously it damaged them because your brain wasn't able to
Brian
Brian
just couldn't do it.
just couldn't do it. Your brain
Fuck
couldn't
you,
take
Brian.
both hemispheres. So basically, when you're in the drift, you share the functions, and then one of you takes the left, one of you takes the right. So yeah, there's two pilots always.
Makes sense. Are we having this be piloted? This Gypsy Danger, are the pilots going to be the same in this?
Yeah, one's from Sons of Anarchy.
And the other one's an Asian chick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I would assume that's the regular pilots. Sure, why not?
I didn't know if it was going to be like the Witwikis or something, some Transformer-related humans.
So does that mean Orson Welles is in Unicron too?
Yes.
Super
I
fan.
love Unicron. I want to talk about Unicron now because he's
You
my
could
favorite
go for it, man. I
Transformer.
know you are the Transformer guy.
I love villains, so Unicron is like my favorite because he's big bad and likes to kill people, and I like villains. So
I like Starscream.
Oh,
yeah,
Starscream's awesome.
Starscream's awesome.
Yeah.
He gets
He's so
gets the short end
bitchy,
of the
but I
stick.
love him. I don't know why.
Yes. Did you guys ever watch Beast Wars? Where
Yep.
that one time where Starscream's like ghost inhabited what was the green waspy dude? Waspinator?
Yeah.
That was the
show's
best
weird.
episode ever. Like all of a sudden he's really serious and like actually like kicking like people's asses, and they're like, "What the hell? What is Waspinator like winning for?"
Yeah. There was Optimus Primal in there.
Yes.
Did
Rat
Megatron
Trap.
have a special name, or was he just
Rat Trap was
Megatron?
awesome.
He was just Megatron.
Okay.
And he was a purple dinosaur
Yeah.
instead of a
Purple,
gun.
big purple T-Rex.
Or a tank. or
they had
a,
such
you know.
they had a lot of good characters in there though.
That was
Shit.
very early CG stuff, but
I was just gonna say back then that would look amazing. Now you look at it and you're like,
Dinobot.
oh, it looks awful.
Dinobot was great.
the
Yeah.
one who was a raptor.
Yeah, and met
Yeah.
a really surprising end that you did not see coming,
Hmm.
which was really cool to see.
Those are just sweet toys. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
difficult
I
to
had a ton
design
of
where
those.
it's supposed to look like animals, but they pulled it off pretty well.
I like the ones that they did later on where like they weren't in the show, but you would get they would start making the toys where it's like the Generation 1 characters as Beast Wars. So they had like Prowl was like a lion and Ironhide was like an elephant and shit like
Nice.
that. I thought that was really cool.
What are your thoughts on the Marvel characters who are Transformers? They like transform into vehicles and shit. The toys they made.
Oh yeah, the toy, and then they had Star Wars ones too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't remember much about the Marvel ones. I do remember the Star Wars ones, but
Where it's like Boba Fett turns into the Slave One or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
those
and
are
then,
kind of cool.
A robot.
Yeah, they'd be good for collector's items, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like that's really capitalizing on that Transformers franchise, though. That
Yeah.
whole thing, but
They
it
look
works.
cool. They
I'd
seem
fucking
like they
buy
were-
it.
Yeah, they were well designed, and I like the ones that had 3 modes. Like I know I had
Oh, that's
in
right.
the Beast Wars line, I had a big crab. It was like
Yep.
a crab, either be a crab or a robot or a tank, which is awesome. And then there was a manta ray, and he's a robot and a manta ray, and then a plane. I don't remember.
I
That
had
one was really really
Yeah.
hard to transform.
I had one of the original one of the Dinobots. I'm trying to remember his name. Grimlock. I had one of the original Grimlock toys.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Grimlock. I mean, he's my favorite for nostalgic reasons and just because he's awesome. If you played that Transformers video game, I think it was for 360. It might have been for other systems, but that was pretty cool
Followed
too.
Cybertron.
Yeah, that was a cool
Yeah,
game actually.
That was awesome.
Heard that one was pretty good.
And it had Grimlock in it as well.
Did it have Unicron in it?
Did it, Chris?
I don't think so. I don't remember. It's been a long time. I just remember Grimlock and I remember Optimus Prime, especially because they show those in the like Jesus, Jim. The like commercials and stuff for it were like almost like a short little movie. They were just so badass.
Yeah, and the actual transforming was useful, and it made sense. Like, even though they weren't on, like, Optimus Prime didn't turn into a diesel because they weren't even on Earth yet. This was before they came to Earth. So he just turned into whatever vehicle equivalent Cybertron had. So it was pretty cool.
I agree.
So talk about to people who don't know who Unicron is.
Unicron.
Oh, yeah.
So Unicron's supposed to be like he's kind of like the end all be all like bad guy transformer thing. So I think if I remember correctly, in the original Transformer mythos, there was originally two Transformers. They were supposed to be brothers. One was Primus, and then Unicron was the other.
Yeah,
And
good
Primus
and
was
evil.
supposed to be like he was supposed to be like the spark of creation, and Unicron was like the spark of like destruction, basically. And so Primus, I think, created what's called the 13.
I think it's
And
called
they
the
were
Slap
the-
Face. Wait, no, that's wrong.
They were
Primus.
like the original Transformers. I don't remember all the names. I know the Fallen was supposed to be one of them, which was the really shitty looking thing in the second Michael Bay movie, which was pointless because they could have used Unicron instead. It would have been so much cooler. Anyway, so basically all of the Transformers that we have kind of came from the Primus, and Unicron
and his big brown beaver.
and and Unicron's supposed to be like basically the opposite. He's supposed to destroy everything. So he's like a big planet-shaped transformer, and his thing is he just basically goes from planet to planet and fucking eats the planet, destroys everything.
Now,
And he's just badass floating around in the sky.
see
pretty
that
cool.
that sounds an awful lot like Galactus.
Yeah,
From,
pretty much. He's pretty much Galactus.
Kind of.
Did did Unicron have a herald then too? Did he have like a person that came out and like look for stuff, or he just was all knowing and ominous?
Kind of, sort of. So if you go back to like the original cartoon movie, so basically the Decepticons,
Sorry.
Decepticons get their asses kicked, and
Megatron.
a lot of them, including Megatron, are like just about dead. So Starscream's like, "Hey, great idea! I'll be the leader, and I'll throw you out of a shuttle." So they throw him out of a shuttle.
Awesome.
They happen to float in front of Unicron, who's like, "Hey, I'm gonna fix you, but now you're my minion." So they kind of become sort of like a herald for him. Like Megatron becomes Galvatron, and he's kind of under Unicron's influence until Galvatron ends up getting his hands on the Matrix. So good stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, Unicron's used to floating around, eating planets, being a badass.
Just floating around.
Yeah, he just kind of floats
Until he
around.
becomes a head floating around.
Yeah, well, then he gets killed and he's just a head, but then the head shows up later on, and it's like, oh shit, the head's actually still alive and doing stuff. So brings back Starscream and does all kinds of crazy shit.
So how did these two dimensions cross? In what way have they come together?
So in the Pacific Rim universe, we already know that there's portals from other like universes showing up. So let's just say, there's portals showing up from other universes also, and Transformers universe happens to be one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I would guess that the Transformers can cross over into that universe. I just want to say the word one more time since I keep saying it.
Universe.
And then Unicron's
Universe.
like, ooh, new stuff. I'm gonna eat that.
Unicron's like, hey, universe, what's up?
Wow.
Hungry.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's our show, folks. Chris is an idiot.
Yeah.
So, Galvatron is going to travel to that world, or are the Jaegers going to travel to the Transformers world? And why the confrontation?
Well, Unicron he's charged with killing everything. So for him, it's just natural. He's like, oh, there's life here. I better snuff it out. And I'm hungry.
Delicious.
So
this can be because I think there was a version of Unicron where Cybertron was destroyed and kind of a dystopian Cybertronian future or something like that. I don't know. But this can be that universe where Unicron's still kind of head honcho. He's leading, and he's just looking to extinguish all life on Earth.
Yep.
Comes across this dimension and travels there for that same reason. And so he becomes another giant planet floating through space. Galactus, didn't he have a vehicle or something at one point?
He had a spaceship, yeah.
Yeah, was it a big circle?
I don't remember.
Oh, well. I don't either. But anyway, so he's floating through space. He is his own vehicle.
So like I guess if he's got other because I don't really see Unicron like hand to hand combat doing anything. He's too big.
Yeah, he's more of he's got that little like mouth looking thing that opens up, and he's got the little tractor beam that kind of pulls the planet towards him, and then he just munches.
So I'd say like he's doing that, right? And then he's got other little minion Decepticons doing their thing. And then, the Pacific Rim, the Jaeger program's like, shit, we got rid of the kaiju, now there's, this shit going on.
Giant robot asshole floating around.
So they're as like Gypsy Danger, and maybe, I don't know who was left at the end of the movie because it has been a while since I've seen it, but like maybe they're fighting like just the straight up Decepticons, and then like Charlie Day is on the surface.
I need a brain.
Spaceship! It's a spaceship! I just crossed over two things. But and he's like trying to figure out like how do we stop that thing from destroying us with science. Science.
It's going to be a hard battle, man. Like I was trying to think it through all day today. I was like, how could Gypsy Danger possibly in any way stand up to Unicron? Because okay, so Unicron's a planet right now. Let's say he has Earth, this version of Earth, or it wasn't Earth, was it? Whatever the whatever planet this whole thing was set on. Was it Earth still?
You mean like
The
for
Pacific
the
Rim?
Transformers?
Pacific Rim.
Rim?
I
Yeah,
guess
it's
it was still Earth because Pacific. That makes
it was
sense.
Earth.
Okay, so he's got him in like his feasting tractor beam thing, whatever it is, and let's say it's a very slow, for the sake of drama, and it'll give
Takes
them
a
a chance
while.
to fight back. Yeah, it takes a while to feast on Earth because there's a lot of life on Earth of different
There's a lot of
sorts.
Earth. Yeah.
So he's just kind of going through it all. It's slowly coming towards him. Whatever. This gives ample time for our hero in this case, Gypsy Danger, to do something. But what is it he's going to do? What can he do?
Point. Well, if
Because he doesn't
some of
have
the other Transformers were able to hurt Unicron, not like severely, but like the Dinobots like were able to like dent him, and like I think
somebody drove through his eye or something.
Yeah, so they drove like a spaceship through his eye, but I know like I think it was Swoop was the Dinobot like burned a hole or something, and then one of the other Dinobots like plowed through it, or so I mean they can injure him. It would probably take a long time, but it can be done. But yeah, he'd probably have to like get up inside of it, or
Yeah, I wonder
the
if they would take
Matrix.
Right.
they would take pieces from like other fallen Jaegers and like retrofit it so he can go into space and mess him up somehow.
Ooh, what if the program that builds all of the Jaegers and stuff like that had enough that they could build like, a little bit bigger Jaeger, or like, one that's just bigger than what they would usually have to go after you.
Give it a giant
sweet.
baseball bat, swing
Yeah.
it at Unicron.
Oh shit.
Home run. But okay,
Wait,
so
Gypsy Danger does have that gun too that like
That's true.
charges up or whatever.
it's got like a, what does it shoot? It shoots like some kind of dark mass or something. Like it doesn't shoot energy, it shoots some kind of, I don't remember.
Anti-energy?
Hentai energy? Yeah. Probably.
Where's Guillermo del Toro when you need him? He'll tell us exactly why he put that. He'll be like, well, the emotional reason of why I put this thing on here and it shoots this, and
Yeah,
because it's a metaphor of this, and
He could tell us why they're going to win because they have heart.
yeah, right. It's like Captain Planet.
But I'm thinking, is is Unicron going to turn anyone else into his heralds, into his Galvatrons, or whatever his additional heralds are called?
Would he use the kaiju in some way? Like,
Are the
Ooh, that'd
kaiju
be
still around?
interesting.
Because we were under the impression that they were defeated.
it seemed like they're coming back.
Okay.
Yeah,
For
we didn't really
Pacific
know
Rim
for
2.
sure.
Pacific Rim 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Secret. Babies.
They're baby. We just watched that the other day, and I was like,
shit,
yes,
what if
Kevin
we get
Nash.
baby kaiju?
Oh, I love that movie.
So bad.
That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well,
Yeah, maybe
does
he would pick
Unicron digest anyone? Because it seems like everybody that he took in was still whole in there, including the Matrix. So,
So he's got like so the inside of Unicron is a whole bunch of like crazy ass machinery, like conveyor belt type machinery, like arms like going around picking shit up. So
it's like a
if
Mega
he
Man
like
level.
ingested like
It's got spikes, and you can't.
if
You
he
only have 3
ingested
lives.
like a transformer, basically they would like go down like a chute or something, and these little arms would come and grab him and take him on like this conveyor belt kind of thing and drop him in like a big almost like a big pot of like lava looking stuff, and they would kind of disintegrate and the remains
Unless-
kind of turn into energy.
Unless they
And that
use the
powers
Konami
him.
code. They can use the Konami code, and then they're fine.
Up, down, down, left,
Extra
right, left,
life.
right. B A start.
Right. One
Okay,
up.
so so this is dystopian future for Cybertron. He's already, let's say, ingested the matrix of leadership, whatever it was called, the Autobot leadership or something. I don't remember. But so he's got that in there, but it's still whole. Like, it can't be destroyed, we'll assume.
Right.
It's just he's containing it. Now, maybe Gypsy Danger makes his way into Unicron in some fashion, or he willingly goes, he
Sexually.
flies himself there, yeah. Very sexually, in any kind of orifice he can find. And,
And they choose to go through the eye every time.
of course,
Fucked up.
because they feel because Charlie Day will say finds like he gets a huge energy reading from that matrix, and
Yeah.
their idea is go in there, maybe that can combust or something,
They're gonna
or
Jeff Goldblum it. They got a virus he's gonna implant.
there you go.
Oh, nice
Independence
reference.
Day.
We'll give it a cold. We'll give it a virus.
You're a genius.
Or somebody Armageddon it and wreck into it in some way.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck show up, and Ben Affleck's like, "I got this. I'll blow it up." And Bruce Willis is like,
No,
"No,
you have to be with my daughter.
go have sex
Go-
with my daughter.
Yeah, go impregnate my daughter.
In those
first.
exact words.
Make sure you use
Go fuck my
Animal-
daughter.
animal
close my eyes." Fucking Aerosmith is just in the background, like
They're in Unicron already. They're fucking.
They were the
they're-
first he
they're having a
feasted on.
concert. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna eat
I
those
can't
dudes.
stand this.
shit. They're like standing inside Unicron's like voice module, so he's broadcasting fucking Aerosmith songs.
Yeah, you just hear
I
like
miss you, babe.
you
and I
hear
don't
like
wanna
the
miss a
feedback
thing.
like "Wah," and then it just starts playing Aerosmith. They've hacked
shit.
Unicron from the inside out. Why isn't this Aerosmith versus Unicron? Why is it Gypsy Danger? Come
Because
on.
they lost. He's already in there. They're already in there.
Well, they're
lost.
taking over.
Jesus.
They took over his voice box.
Are they gonna use because music is a weapon, like that fucking Aerosmith arcade game from the '90s, where like you had a gun
There
and
was
you
an
shot,
Aerosmith arcade
you
game?
literally shot CDs at these like people.
Are
You didn't
you
know it was
kidding
called
me?
it was called Revolution X.
Oh man.
Holy shit!
Joe knows what I'm talking about.
There
man.
was also a Cinnabite from Hellraiser called, I think he was just called CD or something like that, and he had CDs like implanted in his head and shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
Oh my God.
he's probably in there too.
Oh
Who
man,
comes up with that shit? That's messed up.
I don't know.
music is a weapon,
That's like
literally.
that's not even drunk talk. That's like high talk. Like, how do you come up with
Okay,
that
we're
kind
gonna
of
make a
shit?
video game. We're gonna make a video game. It's gotta have Aerosmith in it. What can we do? Well, it's like it's like a dystopia, and like you say like music is a weapon. It literally is, because you shoot CDs at people. And I remember like at the end of the level, they actually would have like a digital Aerosmith, and it was like two frame animation of like two poses of them playing.
What system was this for?
It was arcade, and then I
Oh.
think they adapted it. They did versions for Genesis and Super Nintendo.
They should have made one for regular Nintendo, where it's just 8-bit Aerosmith. Beep, 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 beep.
Dude, you know when Aerosmith dies, they're gonna like fucking takes him to like a taxidermist and then put him in one of those Chuck E. Cheeses and like animate them so that they're still playing
Oh,
their
God.
fucking songs, but they're barely moving and scaring the shit out of kids.
The secret is that is the real Steven Tyler.
Yeah,
He just looks that
animatronic.
plasticky.
That's why his daughter's so stupid.
Jesus.
Oh.
I don't like Liv Tyler that much.
But she was an elf in Lord of the Rings, Jim.
She always whispers like this.
Well, that's true, but that's because that's
Always
what
whispering.
little nerds jack off to.
Bruce.
Whispers.
In the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk. Bruce. Every time.
Oh, I forgot she was in that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, she's part of the Marvel Universe. That sucks. Okay.
Barely.
We're done.
So Unicron's probably devoured her as well.
She's in there.
Just to bring it back to what we're talking about.
Because I miss you. That was so weird that the video for that song where they cut in
that was weird.
the band, so it looked like she was sad that her dad was dying on like whatever. That was such a weird video.
We have
The
talked.
one thing I always remember from that movie, other than Steve Buscemi being awesome, is the
Riding on
like
a nuke.
yeah, woo! The cliche, like when they're like in the field with Ben Affleck and her in the field, and he's like playing like animal crackers on her stomach, like
Oh, that was so stupid. That was the
cheesy
dumbest
as
thing.
fuck,
Oh,
man.
man.
Cheesy as fuck. Fucking
And that's
Michael
Batman.
Bay.
Batman
Speaking
was
of Michael
playing with
Bay, fucking Michael
animal
Bay,
crackers.
and goddamn Transformers. Fuck, man. God damn it,
Wow, nice tie back.
asshole.
Jim, you would probably appreciate the interview between me and Michael Bay that I did a couple years ago. I'll have
I
to
did
link
read
that
part
too.
of that. It was funny.
Did you? It's funny as
Guy's a
shit.
Piece of shit.
It
I'm
sounds like something he would say too, which is
I'm not
makes you-
easily offended. I'm not a person that's offended, but I almost fucking walked out of Transformers 2. That thing was such
Oh,
a
it's
piece
awful.
of shit. And those fucking twins were so. I don't care what he says. They're fucking racist as fuck, man.
They are.
I only saw
And
the
he's-
first one of his Transformers movies.
That one isn't
Just
bad.
leave it at that. The
Yeah.
first one's pretty good, and
Pass-
anything else will ruin it.
The second one's a pile of garbage.
But Grimlock, which one is he in? The third one?
The fourth one,
Fourth one?
That one, ugh.
I didn't even bother that one.
I haven't
No.
seen it.
I saw the second one on fucking Redbox, and I was angry that I lost $1.
I saw the second one on Netflix. I almost canceled my subscription.
Fuck this service. I was tricked into seeing the third one because I read some reviews and they're like everything you hated about the second one is not in the third one, and I guess by that they just meant the twins.
There's
Because all the
just-
other shit I
there's
hated
just
about
more
the second
things
one
to
was in the
hate.
third one. Well,
Oh,
Megan
those
Fox
twins.
was gone too, but they replaced her with a
Twins.
blonde chick who was just
She
as
wasn't even
stupid.
an actress. She was just a model.
Fuck. Yeah, that's right. She wasn't an actress. She's just a model, and they're like, "Well, she's got boobs. I guess we can put her in."
You know, Michael Bay is fine at making car commercials and Victoria's Secret commercials. That's all he should do.
He would do really well at that.
That's all he should do.
He would excel.
So this has turned into Michael Bay versus Aerosmith versus Transformers, I guess.
Unavoidable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's
When Michael Bay
collateral
makes
damage.
a movie
starring
and he
Tom
decides he decides that I like Collateral. No, Collateral Damage was the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or was that? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Whatever.
collateral damage was Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx.
No, that was just called Collateral. That was just called Collateral.
Was it? I thought it was collateral
Yeah,
damage.
and that movie's actually
Okay.
good.
Really, Tom Cruise in anything? Really?
Dude, one of the best movies that come out this last year was Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I've been meaning to because I have heard really awesome stuff about it.
Okay, so
I'll give
people
him that.
listening, it's either called Edge of Tomorrow or Live Die Repeat Edge of Tomorrow because they did such a terrible job marketing that movie.
Yeah, they
released
changed the
it,
name.
Yeah, when they released it on home media, they changed the name of it. because they just didn't know how to package the fucking thing, and it's actually seriously one of the best movies of last year. Period.
I want to read the was it? I don't know if it was a graphic novel or it was probably a manga.
It was like a, I don't know what they call it. It's like a novella. It's like a short novel, and then they translated that, and now it's gonna be a manga and eventually an anime, and it's called.
Was it
God damn
All
it,
You
Chris.
Need Is Kill? Was that the
what I was
original
just
name?
gonna say? That was what I was just gonna say, and then
See,
you
I was
never
reading your
fucking-
mind because we're connected through the Jaeger.
Yeah, we're in
So-
the drift.
Yes,
We're in the drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Oh,
Bangkok, dangerous. Wait,
How many like horrible movie references do you think we can make in one episode?
let's just keep going.
there's
We're
been
doing
a lot.
really good job.
There's been a lot.
We're just excelling at this shit.
So
Become a
okay,
master class.
let's say I'm gonna bring it back a little bit because I've been thinking about this.
should.
Yeah,
Oh,
We
we got-
definitely should.
Okay, so if Unicron's gonna win, I'm thinking he galvanizes Gypsy Danger.
which would be awesome.
Gypsy Danger transforms because now it's a sentient being. It's not just the two people.
Oh no!
And
It's like
then
poop 'em out.
Exactly, the people. It transforms into a laser gun, just like Megatron did as Galvatron, and then they're just in sort of a toothpaste-like fashion. The human beings that were once inside get squeezed out of the trigger
Have you
and
guys-
die a very gruesome death because
Have you
they
guys-
can't survive this transformation.
Have you guys ever seen the Clerks cartoon?
I've seen the first episode.
I know that it exists, but I haven't
That show's really funny. There's a segment where they set it up where they didn't have a way they could end it that would make sense. So they made a joke where they're like, due to the Korean animators, something happened where they weren't able to finish it, and they're like, we gave the ending to new Korean animators, and it was like, we find the plaintiff, big American party, and then it was like just like, oh, bear is driving car full of midgets, and then there's a transformer, and he runs up and he turns into a car, and then people get into him, and then he gets to the destination, and then while the people are still in it, he transforms again, and then there's like blood like spitting out of him. He transforms and he kills them.
It makes sense.
So that's pretty much what would happen to the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's definitely what happened, assuming Unicron won. Unless you can
Yeah.
think of a way that Gypsy Danger can win, aside from, with the
Honestly,
exception of the matrix of the leadership of
That's the only way he
Autobots
could
being
do
in
it,
there.
'cause
Would
I
that,
think
that would
that's
even
the
be
only thing that
compatible? Like,
destroys him.
how does the Matrix work? Do you have to be of that race
I don't
for it
know.
to work? Or
I
you
wonder
just
if-
gotta be a robot.
like, would he turn into like Gypsimus Prime or something?
Can
Like,
fucking C3PO
Gypsimus
grab the C3PO grab the Autobot leadership or whatever and
Prime
Matrix and
danger.
turn into fucking
C-3PO's Prime.
That's a good point.
C3PO?
Would assume that it probably wouldn't matter. You just have to be worthy. If
Can
you're
Johnny
worthy-
Five from Short Circuit grab the Matrix of Leadership? Be like, Johnny Five alive! Become the savior?
What was the girl's name? He kept saying Melanie or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
That movie's awesome.
So
So general
Gypsy
consensus:
Danger-
who's gonna win?
So Gypsy Danger or the pilots would have to be worthy enough to open the Matrix, and they'd have to also be able to find the Matrix.
And also beat Aerosmith to the Matrix because they are also in
Right.
pursuit.
And then Lawrence Fishburne shows up and he's like, the Matrix, dude. Red pill.
He's like, take one of these pills. It'll be great.
And they're like, no, fuck off. I gotta find the real Matrix.
the wrong Matrix, man. What if I told you?
You are already in the Matrix.
Bum, bum, bum. M. Night Shyamalan. What a twist.
What a twist.
What a twist.
Oh, could you imagine Optimus Prime opens his chest and the Matrix isn't there, and then fucking Lawrence Fishburne shows up and he's like, "You're in it."
What if I
Optimus
told
Prime
you?
would be like, "Well, that doesn't fucking help me." Great.
Boom, boom.
It's not looking too good for Gypsy Danger.
I honestly can't
It
think
would
of a
have
way.
to jump through a lot of hoops, and
A
in
lot
the
of
meantime,
a lot of
Unicron's
Unicron
eating the fucking
assholes.
planet.
Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of time. It's more about it's less about Gypsy Danger because Gypsy Danger really is a vehicle. It's more about the people
The pilots.
figuring out a way, to destroy them. And
And unless
tall
they've watched
order.
unless they watch the cartoon movie, they don't know how to defeat Unicron.
I don't know if the cartoon
Bum,
movie exists in
bum,
that
bum, bum,
universe, so
It
I think
might
they're
not.
fucked.
Transformers!
You know,
Fucking-
it probably does because they probably got the idea for the Jaegers from watching Transformers when they were
Right.
kids.
Maybe.
Voltron.
They're like, "Fuck, you remember that Starscream dude? Let's build one of those and punch this giant monster in the face. That'd be awesome."
It's just I like that movie, but as I was saying, Chris, before we started, science has ruined that for me. Well, not ruined it for me, but there are some people that are like, yeah, if those actually existed, the craters they would make and seismic activity they would make when they even
Legit.
just like walked, everyone
You're
would
right.
die.
Oh
I
yeah.
never even thought
They're
about
way too big. Like when they have the helicopters drop them, like that would have been such an impact crater. Like that ocean would have like emptied. Like, it's-
that. They would have defeated the kaiju, but all of the surrounding coastal like
would've-
fucking
everyone
countries
would've
would be
Also,
dying.
they would have defeated Earth's
Earth.
just Earth's
They
entire
would've destroyed
atmosphere.
the Earth.
Yeah.
So there you go. What if it was real life and we made these giant Jaegers and then we ended up as we were fighting the kaiju, we destroyed Earth and then Unicron shows up and he's like, "Well, there's nothing here. See ya." And he just
Then he
moves away.
leaves.
Just
So in
moves
that
on.
in that way, the Jaegers win, or Gypsy Danger
Never
wins
mind.
because Unicron doesn't give a shit. He doesn't deem him worthy of feasting on.
Fuck this. Says whatever.
I don't know how to pick a winner with this other than fuck.
Other than fuck.
I don't know. There's so many different scenarios you could go through.
Yeah, I think it's a wash. Honestly, this is
It's
a
kind
weird
of a
combo.
wash.
Like I said, it's a giant robot who's sentient and it can destroy worlds, and a vehicle. It'd be like Mr. T versus Knight Rider, and Knight Rider being just the car, like Kit. Be Mr. T versus Kit.
Oh,
How do you
Jesus.
win?
Aren't
I don't
they-
know.
They're doing a reboot of Knight Rider, I think, or did they already do that? Did it
Why?
already get
I
canceled?
feel like they
Just
already did
why?
it, like as a
No, they
movie
did.
or
They
something.
did do that. That's right. They did, and it lasted like 2 episodes.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
There was a whole line of shows from the 80s where it was like, Airwolf and Knight Rider. And...
When are we gonna get what the fuck am I saying? When are
Drunk
we gonna
already.
get reboots of like Alf and like shit
Yeah.
like that?
Bum, bum,
Alf would be
bum,
great.
bum, bum,
Or,
bum, 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 bum.
what was the name of that show where the girl whose dad was an alien and he communicated through like a prison, like a pyramid on her nightstand?
What the
I don't
fuck
remember.
are you
I don't
talking
remember
about?
what- I don't remember what that show is called.
I don't
Is
remember
it
that show.
like My
She could- and she
pyramid
could-
nightstand dad? Is that...
she could stop time because she was part alien. She could stop time. All right,
How
I'm gonna
drunk
Google,
are you?
I'm gonna Google that later. That show was awesome. I remember they used to play reruns of that before Punky Brewster.
What the fuck?
I
I'm
know.
old as
No.
fuck.
I
okay?
know of Punky Brewster, but I have never heard of this strange pyramid show that you've created in your mind.
Anytime anyone talks about Punky Brewster, what's the episode that everyone always remembers? The correct answer is the one where she's playing hide and seek and she gets caught and she gets stuck in the refrigerator in the dump. Think about it.
Well, she could have survived a nuclear blast, according to
George Lucas.
yep, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh Jesus. Let's pretend that was never done. That
I
movie
usually
doesn't
do.
exist.
Here's the thing about that movie.
Ugh.
We're gonna get into this now. Shut up.
Fuck.
I'm not bothered by the ending of that movie where it's like, oh, they're adding aliens and whatever. There's all the conspiracy theories where aliens came down, ancient aliens came down and showed the Aztecs how to do whatever, blah blah blah. I wasn't bothered by that. What I was bothered by was the fucking terrible CGI, the ants that ate people, the fucking mohawk wearing like duck-billed fucking monkeys and shit, and then like. The whole beginning of that movie is all practical effects, and then the rest of the movie is CG, and it looks fucking terrible.
So what you're saying is that movie sucked.
Yeah, but not for the reason that most people.
Not because of the aliens, just because of the
Yeah.
way the aliens looked.
It's interesting. All the George Lucas properties seem to be going down the shitter.
What a waste of Cate Blanchett. Wow, Cate.
What a you? Yeah, Clate. Poor Clate.
Clara Clayton. I'm always thinking about Back to the Future.
Clayton
You know what? I was
Blanchett.
trying to make fun of you, but then I started to say it wrong too. So
Yeah, that's what happens.
fuck it.
Uh,
Beer.
So what are
Yeah.
we calling it for this episode? Who's
I'm just gonna.
It's
So we
Unicron.
have one. I'm gonna vote Unicron. I don't know about you guys. I'm voting Unicron.
I vote Unicron squeezing the humans out of the newly galvanized Gypsy Danger like toothpaste, and
Much like one of
is
Orson
victorious.
Welles' much like Orson Welles' wet farts that he probably had the entire time he was recording that.
Then they can reuse that sound effect for the effect when it.
They pop out and he goes, Rosebud. Citizen Kane.
My voice was so shitty, we had to add effects.
Dude, his voice sounded badass though afterwards.
His performance basically was
Jesus.
unusable as it was, so they had to add all the effects. And yeah, he sounds amazing.
But it made it awesome. That's like the
It's so-
best villain voice you ever heard.
It's
Fuck.
hilarious how good it is and how much he didn't give a shit about
There was
it. Like,
there was rumor, or there are still rumors, I guess, that because he died like immediately after
Yep.
recording all that. So there's rumors that Leonard Nimoy actually stepped in to finish off his lines. They have
Really?
not been denied, but they
Huh.
have also not been confirmed. So
What if Leonard Nimoy killed him so he could finish his lines?
what if
Vulcan death
Michael
grip?
Bay thought for some reason putting Leonard Nimoy in his fucking terrible movie was gonna make up for the fact how shitty it was? Oh wait, it didn't. It was terrible. Dumb.
Oh God. How's he not been assassinated yet?
I don't know.
Michael Bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Money.
We need to talk to Korea about this. I mean, if they're having beef with all these other movies, have they not seen Michael Bay movies?
Right.
I'm going to write a letter. Does anyone know Korean? If any of
I
you
know-
listeners know how to write in Korean,
I could find some Korean
Um,
food.
if you can write in Korean, get a hold of us on facebook.com/nerdsontap podcast or
Dude,
on
we're
Twitter.
also we're on
Nerds
Twitter. It's
underscore on
nerds
underscore.
underscore. I was gonna do that. You ruined it.
Only if you know Korean.
Hey, and you know what? You can also go on iTunes and download all of the episodes because it makes it look.
We're
look
on
better.
iTunes now.
Yeah. So if you go on
Yeah.
iTunes and you subscribe and then download all the episodes, it makes our numbers look better, and then more people will listen to it.
Give us 5 stars,
ratings,
even if you hate
yeah.
us. Give us
Or-
5 stars of hate.
And
Yeah,
then-
be like people who don't understand how to use Amazon reviews and they give you 5 stars and say this product was terrible because I don't know how to use the internet.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I have
that.
incentive for everyone to give us 5 stars. The reason is
He'll give you
even
all
if you hate us-
blowjobs.
even if you hate us, give us 5 stars because right now, as of recording this right now, we don't have enough ratings for all the comments to be displayed on iTunes yet. So if you give us 5 stars, even if you hate us, and then we actually get the ratings or the comments to show, then you get your opportunity to call us assholes on iTunes.
Yeah, you're gonna
And talk
create
shit.
Yeah,
But we gotta
it
get to that
makes-
point first.
You have to create the open forum to tell us who suck.
Yes.
We have to get enough hate mail to be able to display the hate mail appropriately.
Yeah. So there you go.
Exactly.
You'd be like,
So-
that guy's got a stupid face. That guy's got a stupid face. That one's okay, but everything he says, he's an asshole. So fuck that guy.
Also, make sure to check out bsexcluded.com, where
Which is
Nerds
our
on Tap is also
stepfather.
housed. So
Yeah, that's like our mothership.
We're kind of the bastard child of BS Excluded, kind of.
Yeah.
but
We're like the drunk brother that comes home like once a semester that nobody remembers exists. and,
yeah, you
know,
guys
oh,
are
dude.
you guys are sleeping on the couch for an extended
Yeah.
stay
we live in the van outside. That's right.
Or down by the river.
down by the river. Yep, I was just about to say it.
Government.
Peas in a pod, motherfucker. All right, we're out. Let's do this.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening or watching our beautiful faces.
Hopefully you
my
do
camera's
both.
at a new angle. Does my nose look weird this way? It
Nobody
looks
cares.
really beaky.
What's your name?
Guys, let us know if my nose looks weird. My name is Chris.
And this is Jim.
And I'm Joseph.
And thank you for listening. Cheers, nerds. We'll see you
Cheers.
next time.
Later, skaters.
Bye.
This was Nerds on Tap. If you like what you saw or heard, make sure you follow us on that Twitter thing that all the kids are talking about at nerds_on_tap. And don't actually write the word underscore. That's not how Twitter works. And of course, we are on that Facebook thing, facebook.com/nerdsontap podcast. Thanks for listening. Nerds on Tap is part of the BS Excluded Network and the Slurred Nerd blog on Tumblr.